Here, Andrew, you can run your own slides. I know some people like to do that.
Good afternoon again. My name is Angie Alonso. I work for the Chicago Minority Supplier Development Council. I'm a certification specialist there, and we work really closely with the city of Chicago, but also with other government agencies like Cook County and the state of Illinois. So I'm going to give an overview of our organization and also what is that we do, how we support each other, and our certification process. Okay.
Just a few seconds. It's only a few second delay.
So, just a little bit of who we are. We were founded in 1967, so we've been around for over 50 years. So this is a national network that is all over the country, but was born here in Chicago. Our network includes 23 minority supplier development councils around the country. Some states like Texas have more than one just because it's so big. So we cover different areas in the country, and in this case, the Chicago one covers the entire state of Illinois and also some parts of West Indiana. We also have supported contributions for corporations. That's one of the parts of how we fund our mission. So we certify, develop, connect, and advocate for minority suppliers. We want to be the premier organization for increasing value-added business opportunities between major buyers organizations and minority-owned businesses. So what we do is we certify minority-owned business based on the ethnicity. So it's not based on gender. It is for African American, Hispanic, or Latino, Native American, Asian Pacific, or Asian Indian. So those are the 5 ethnicities that we cover. Some of the highlights that we have is like approximately 60.32 billion in revenue reported from our MBEs. We have a database of over 700 MBEs locally. So this is the network that is just on the state of Illinois, but if we go at the national level, the network is a lot bigger. We operate the NVDA Business Center and the NVDA Export Center. So these 2 parts help MBEs to create or to have opportunities with the government or with bigger agencies, and also we manage the export center for Africa. So people who want to export products or services to the continent of Africa, we manage that program. We have other support programs like the Illinois Tollway Assistance Illinois Tollway Technical Assistance Program that helps construction firms to do businesses with the tollway. And if they are not ready, we coach them until they are ready to start doing business with the tollway. We celebrated actually our TBO 52 this year, so sorry for the mistake there, and we are going to celebrate the 53rd on April next year. So this is how long we've been around. So this is basically how we are organized and how we operate. We currently have our interim president, Bill Barrera, and those are like the main areas. We have the director of business development, the NVDA center. We have the program manager for the Illinois Tollway. We also have, like, from there we depend different departments. And here you can see like the Africa all the way to the right, where we help like firms to export and get ready to launch businesses with Africa. this is just a little bit of knowledge of how many people we are and how we are organized. So in regards to certification, in order to qualify for our certification, the firms need to be, or the businesses must be at least 51% owned and controlled by the minority. This is very important because we really check into this. If the firm is no minority owned or if it's not controlled by the minority, it won't be able to get certified. Because we don't want people to take advantage of the minority, so we dig really deep into this aspect. We want to make sure that these dollars go to the minority. It needs to be U.S. citizen. We don't take green card holders. And also, it needs to be part of these groups, ethnic groups that I already mentioned. Some of our big programs are the ones that you can see here. 10,000 Goldman Sachs Small Businesses is a really interesting program because it's for free. And this takes small businesses and coach them in a class in how to manage and grow your business. Not everybody can enter this. There are some requirements. There is an application that needs to be submitted. There will be interviews to see who qualifies for these services. But the information that this program gives to the business owners is really specific in how to manage in the financial level, but also the operations level as small business and how to take it to the next level. The PI program is an 8-week non-credit advantage management program that focuses on planning, project managing, and process improvement. This program is partnered with the University of Phoenix. The AAS program has some costs related to it, but there have been scholarships that we always look into make it easier for our MBEs. So this year I know there are 8 participants, and all of them were awarded a scholarship from Bank of America. So they are taking the class, and usually it's about $2,000, but this year all of them went for free. And the classes are the professors from the University of Phoenix are the ones that are giving this class. The MBA Business Center seeks to develop alliances with local, state, and federal government agencies and the really large corporations that Coca-Cola, Walgreens, like the ones that have presence nationally, to help them not just do business, but it also sometimes gives them the financial capital or resources that they need in order to grow or go to the next step. And the Export Center just increase the finances and the opportunities in order to access global markets. We manage the Africa one, but there are other export centers across the country that will have alliances with Asia, with South America. So depending on what is your interest, we can always refer you to those kinds of MBDA export centers. In Chicago, we manage the Africa one. So we are also our diverse program partner. We partner with government agencies to collaborate, assist, and advocate for minorities. So this is why we have a close relationship with the city of Chicago, with the state of Illinois, with the Cook County, because we like to collaborate with each other to make sure that every day we are advocating for minorities. We can also increase the government pools because many of our MPEs or our recurring clients are either WBEs and DBEs. So we are helping each other because your clients can be my client, my clients can be your client. We partner also in advertising events. Usually the city is posting the events that we have on their website, same thing that we can do. So we are just trying to get the word out there about everything that we are trying to do in order to help the MBEs. We also can facilitate trainings or workshops or any other events where we can have a presence. A little bit of our industry, we have a really big pool of presence industry. So I don't know if it's that clear, but we are in the professional, scientific, and technical services. We are in public administration, manufacturing, information, healthcare, finances, education, construction, arts, agriculture, administrative support and waste management, accommodation and food services, wholesale trade, utilities, transportation and warehousing, retail trade, real estate, and public administration. So this is how our database is composed. So we have a presence in almost every single industry, and this is why it is important that we collaborate with each other. Our upcoming events, we have the MBEIC meeting on November 31st at the University of Phoenix. This meeting is to talk about all the things that were done in 2019. So it's a meeting that happens every year, and we will just talk about what we did, what was working, what we changed, what we did right, maybe what will be an opportunity for improvement. The other one is the annual meeting that is on December 6th at the Renaissance in Chicago. And this one, all our MBEs are invited to just kind of close the year and get together and talk about how was this year for all of us. And CBOF is our biggest event of the year. That is celebrated in Navy Pier. It will be on April 8th and 9th, 2020. And that's where we gather all the corporations and all of our sponsors in one place in order to have one-on-one meetings with our MBEs. So it's a trade show where the corporations have a booth and the MBEs can walk and meet whoever you want to meet in that show. Well, we also have one-on-one meetings. Some of the corporations express their interest in finding certain buyers in a specific industry, so we arrange those meetings one-on-one. We also have some networking events and rewards for corporations that have really put an effort into buying diverse. We are in social media, so that's our website. We recently launched the Discover African Markets one, which is specific for the MBEs that are interested in getting into the African market. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, so you guys can find all of that. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Before I have Elise come up and talk from the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce, I wanted to just say to you that the reason that we have this particular workshop is so that you can get familiar with a lot of agencies that assist us as the city, that assist us in opportunities, workshops, events, outreach, and everything. It's kind of like a one-stop shop. You can come here to assist agencies, what they do, and then you can determine how they fit with you. A lot of times we have another group that we work with called the GPC Forum, which is Government Procurement Contracting Forum, which has all of our city, state, county, assist agencies all present, and we talk about the things that we do alike, and we talk about the things that we do that might be a little different. And so that we can see what others are doing, and that we are not necessarily duplicating each thing each agency does, but in case you can't participate in mine, vendor fair or my construction summit, you have other opportunities through other avenues to get some of the same information at a different time or different day that might be beneficial to you. So with that said, I'm going to ask now Elise to come up and talk about the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce, and then after that we'll take whatever questions you might have for either one of them, or if you have some for DPS.
All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, that sounded weak. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Elise Roper. I am the interim executive director for the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce. And I thank Jackie for giving us the opportunity to just tell you a little bit about our chamber and how it may impact you. The chamber has been in the Chicago area since 1934, so that's about 85 years if my math is correct. So we are a long community-based organization, and it started from the National Negro Business League founded by Booker T. Washington at Tuskegee University, or Tuskegee Institute. So we are very proud of the legacy of this chamber. We have served many of the largest African-American owned businesses in the Chicago area. I'm sure most of you know Mr. Johnson, who was the editor of Ebony and Jet magazine. He attributes the services that he was able to obtain through the chamber that helped him become the successful businessman that he was. Some of the other notable companies that have been a part of our chamber are Johnson Hair Products and Soft Sheen Hair Products. So again, the chamber was very crucial and very needed for the African American business community here in Chicago. What CCC does, just a few things. Since 1934, the chamber has helped businesses become public policy advocates, helped to understand emerging issues, assist with connections with other businesses as well as corporate and government entities, assist with MBE and DBE certifications, ACDBE and AA certifications. And we also help businesses with their business plans, find funding, marketing, and branding, and pitching the business. Our goal is to educate and empower our membership. That is very crucial to any business being successful, being able to understand the issues and the different types of sorry, having a moment. Just the different types of things that need to make a business successful, the different aspects of making a business successful.
Before you turn that page, does anybody not know what those acronyms stand for?
The ECD, that long one, ECDB?
ACDB, that's the concessions at the airport.
Airport concessions.
Airport concessions. Airport concessions, disadvantaged business enterprise. DBE is disadvantaged business enterprise. WBE is women's business enterprise, and minority is the MBE.
Is that 8A?
8A is a federal certification.
Thank you.
So that you're able to work with the federal government. So we do assist with all of those certifications, and thank you, Jackie, for helping us to describe what those are, okay? So again, our goal is to educate and empower our membership. Now, over the last 2 years, our emphasis has been really to help contractors get to a place where they are able to become bid ready for municipal projects, especially with the Illinois Tollway project. We have been working with the Inner City Underwriting Agency and the Community Insurance Center. We are partnered with them, and our goal has really been over the last year is to help these contractors get their back offices, their administrative side of their businesses strong. Because a lot of times our contractors, they are the ones out there doing the work, and then they come back and try to do the work in the office. And it's so important, if you do not have a strong office, then your business is not going to be strong. So our emphasis this year has really been on providing training for the administrative staff of our contractors. So we've held workshops and we conduct e-learning courses. We are also a resource training center, and I'll go into more detail about that. Last year we conducted about 12 weeks worth of training and informational broadcasts on CAN TV. We had different contractors coming in describing what they did, and we also had insurance people. We had an accountant come in and help the contractors describe what they need to be concerned about, especially for year-end purposes. And so our goal was to make the community aware also of our contractors. Project awareness, and as I stated, we have a technical assistance partnership with the Tollway. So some of the workshops that we have conducted this year included Outlook 365 training, understanding insurance for a lot of our contractors, just understanding the importance of having general liability and workman's comp insurance is so important. So we have made sure that we help our membership understand that. Understanding how to read and fill out RFPs. A lot of times with the municipal contracts, the RFPs or the request for projects come out, and a lot of our contractors don't really understand all of the detail that goes into that. So we wanted to make sure that our contractors were aware of what goes into it and how to fill out a successful bid. How to do waivers and sworn statements. We just had a workshop on safety. This is another area that a lot of contractors tend to fall short on, is making sure that they have a safety plan, and also certification, okay? And on November 16th, we will be having Jesse Martinez of the Capital Development Board in our office to talk to contractors about the upcoming projects that are available through the state. Now, looking forward to the future, next year we are trying to develop a program to attract millennials. A lot of our millennials are very creative, very tech savvy, so quite a few do not actually want to hold a job but want to be their own boss. And so what we want to do is encourage that entrepreneurship, and we will be creating a program that will be attracting millennials. We will plan to have millennials on our board. And we want to be able to mentor and coach our millennials so that they are prepared, because they are our future. And so we want to make sure that the Chamber is involved in developing our young millennials moving forward into 2020 and beyond. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I will give you my cell number if you want to get in touch with us. If there are any contractors out there, we really would like to work with you. If you are not affiliated with any technical assistance agent, what we do at Inner City and with the Community Insurance Center is that we are responsible for helping people become certified, and we also provide bonding, which is a big thing. So that by the time our contractors are finished through our program, they are ready to bid on any type of municipal project that is out there. Okay? All right, my number is 630-430-3282. Again, 630-430-3282. And I would love to hear from you if we're able to help you. We're here to make you successful. Thank you.
Well, to round it out, we're gonna go on to questions and answers, but before so, I wanna say that generally what we do, coming up in February, the city is going to have a construction summit where you'll see some of the same people here, but they will have an exhibit table where you can go up and find out the opportunities at that time, along with city, county, and state representatives as well, and what we call our sister agencies within the city, not just the Department of Procurement Services, but CTA and some of the other CHA and some of the other agencies. Also in July, we will have a vendor fair as well. The vendor fair is now open to all disciplines, where the construction summit pretty much handles people that have businesses within the construction entity. So you might not find who you're looking for perhaps there for professional services or banking or insurance, but you will find them at the vendor fair in July, because we have everybody there in July, along with workshops. That's just with the Department of Procurement Services. That's what we offer for the city. With that said, I am now going to open it up. If you have questions that you want to ask our wonderful panelists, raise your hand and I'll come over to you and they can answer. Anybody? They did that wonderful job.
My question is about the pricing for the Chicago Minority Supplier Development Council. I believe it's on the website, it says 500 for certification. Is there a payment plan? And two, like, how much is recertification?
Okay, so.
Hold on one second.
Sorry. So the payment for the initial certification is $500. It's based on a scale. Like if you're a really large company, you would pay more, up to $950. But I believe it's under if you are under $2 million, it would be $500. Since the process takes about 3 months for the initial certification, there is one payment that you do when you submit the application. For the renewals, it needs to be submitted every year, and if you are under $1 million, it will be $300 only. And depends on if you are over 1, will be $675. If you are between 1 and 10, it will be $750, and if you are over 50 million, it would be $950. So the initial is more expensive than the renewal if you are a small business.
And let me just say, that's why you need to come to some of the outreach events, because we have people there that are trying to give away money. And you can use money for those types of things. So you might want to invest. We normally have the small business administration there. We have other people there that deal with money sources as well. Some banks offer money that can be used for those types of things. So you might want to consider investigating or researching into that. Anyone else have any questions? Wow, we did that good.
Same question for the Cosmopolitan. Is there
You want to answer that?
No, we do not charge to do certifications. The only charge you would have is whatever organization that you're trying to certify with, whatever their fee would be,
So with certification too, it's really important to figure out what type of work and who you're trying to work with before you run to get a certification. I would say if you're trying to get certified because I want to work with the city, I would come to the city, their workshop on certification, and understand how to do that. And then, like she said, pay the fee that we charge, or you can go to them and they can assist you in helping you with the information on certification, but it's still our fee. If you're working with county has a different fee that they charge for their certification. But if you are certified with the county, we take that certification for work in the city, and the same vice versa. They take our certification if you want to do some work with the county. But it's best if you know what you want to do and who you want to work with is to get certified in whatever entity that is.
Just to clarify, so our certification is to work mostly on the private sector. Is to do businesses especially with large corporations. So just to clarify what she says, I think because there are many certifications out there, and at first it can seem overwhelming and not really clear which one is for what. So that's ours. Corporations is on the national. You can use it nationally. So either you get it in Chicago, but you can use it anywhere in the country because we are part of the national network. But it's for the private sector. We do have a relationship with the city of Chicago and with the state of Illinois. So once you get ours, you kind of go through a faster process with the city of Chicago and with the state of Illinois. But it's key here to know that it's for the private sector.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say that the certification services we provide under the chamber provides is under the.
Now you have to identify who you are.
My name is Matthew Cooper. I sit on the board of the Cosmopolitan Chamber. I am the owner of Inner City Underwriting, and the certification services that we provide assist contractors under the contract we have with the Illinois Tollway. Provide those kind of assistance for contractors, so we help them get certified. Help them build capacity so that they can grow to do work in the city, tollway, and other governmental agencies.
So that's why I say it's so important for you to know where you want to go in your pathway, because that would determine some of the assist agencies or the actual sister agencies or the city or the state or the county that you might want to be certified in or work with or whatever.
Okay.
Did you have?
Yes, thank you.
So I have my MBE and WBE certification, and you mentioned earlier about being a successful bidder, and so you said as well with the chamber. I'm trying to figure out like where are those classes and how do you where do you find those classes to teach you to be a successful bidder, as you were talking about earlier.
Okay, that's the wonderful thing. That's why you're here today. As I mentioned before, the city has workshops, and every one of our sister agencies pretty much have different types of outreach events or workshops they offer as well. The county has them, the state has them, and all of our sister assist agencies have them as well. So it just depends. The Department of Procurement Services, basically ours are online, and anytime our sister agencies or assist agencies are having an event, we have a master calendar. We put that on in online, with the Department of Procurement Services. So let me reiterate, we meet once a month and they bring their events or workshops or whatever they're having that they want us to broadcast. We take that information, we put it on our calendar online so that you all can see what they're doing. And then it has a link to whatever workshop or whatever event they are having. It has a link, and then you can sign up through that link.
Okay.
Yes. But we try to have it even on their websites, on our website. The whole point is to get the message out to you and to have you participate. So if you're not finding it, I know you can go to the city and find it, but let us know, and then and tell us where you are, and we will meet you where you are. We will find, if we're not tweeting enough, if we're not Facebooking enough their events, we'll just have to do more in that avenue.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? I thought I saw a hand on that side. No?
She answered it.
Oh, she answered it? Okay. Anyone else have a question? Well, on behalf of our mayor, Lori Lightfoot, and our chief procurement officer, Shannon E. Andrews, we thank you for coming to class today. For this workshop, we hope to see you in another. But before you walk out of this class, there's something I have to ask you to do. On that table over there was some evaluations, and I am getting ready to start the January through December 2020 workshops. So I need to know if there is something you would like to see that you currently don't see, if there's places where you are that you haven't seen outreach or workshops located in that area, let me know where that is. I am slightly social media savvy. I don't like to get hung up on social media, but I will be there. We do have millennials on our team that can take care of that part. And if there are certain topics you want us to address, because this is your time now. I read every last evaluation, and I read them because I want to know what we can do to help you get where you need to be. So if your business needs more opportunities, what are those opportunities, so that we can build events and outreach and workshops around that to get you where you need to be. So if you would take a few minutes and do that, I greatly appreciate it. Other than that, I will say have a blessed and wonderful day, and we'll see you at the next workshop. And you can just leave the evaluations on that back table where you got them from. Thank you so much.
You have your nap, I'm not sure about that. I know you just changed. No, I asked you.
I got you.
Branching out too much, I'm gonna branch out to different states.
Gotcha. Good luck. Good luck. I know I've been doing this 25 years.
Thank you.
Every day, you tell.
Well, I've been doing these businesses all the time.
There you go. If you're doing it yourself, do it for somebody else, do it for yourself, yeah?
For the and let's say you want to talk to one of these graphics or something, sure. Then you would come to Cynthia and say, look, I'm a graphic designer, it's just me by myself. What type of single contracting opportunities do you have for graphic design? That is well, the construction is what we have. Some of the professional services, they're not. Yes, that's the intent of that one, but really, it is. Yes, it's the buying guide, that's on mine right now. Normally, I guess they have to look right now. And this is the buying guide is being printed as we speak. So probably next week. Yes, it's 18 months worth of projections of opportunities. We do it every quarter. Yes, it's online now. Yes, the new rate is online now. For 18 months of projections. Yes. Well, no, you can't look by your field, you can look by city, state, Cook County, and Barton, and, all the other ones, we have the opportunities in there, but those divisions. Okay. And then, you'll see
My company.
Okay. Well, if it's communications, it would be under professional services. And then, yes, you would have to go online to that department to dig deep to see what you would have to have. Now, you might be able to.
Okay, absolutely. Well, let's say
What they're requiring.
like the community outreach. My extension really part of that.
My company finished
That's okay. Hi. I'll be right with you. Nice to meet you. Discount.
Oh, no, there is a, oh, yeah, right, so council came in.
Reach out, get a contact, reach out.
Does that work?
I put it, I like putting it on the website, it's part of it. That is, but it got to be crazy.
No, we are still our board.
Your name, your phone number, I'm sorry, I thought you were in a. No.
Yeah.
A radar, money party,
Okay, it's nice to meet you.
Matthew Cooper.
And I'll be in touch with you and see how we can.
Right.
And utility, we already passed, we made a lot of way.
Right. Well, I mean, it's very, you know, Chicago,
So we will put you in that. Exactly. I absolutely. Thank you.
Because of the corporation, they just had a.
Oh, I see. Sure, I would love to be a part of.
Yeah,
And then we'll talk.
yeah.
Okay, so. Absolutely, I'll call you. Thank you. Can I have one more there? I want to give my father. Thank you.
Getting it out, you know, before that works for the contract.
MWB
What you said you already have, so you are.
Anyway, I went to go, I got this stuff. So I need a workshop. Oh, I need something that I can sit down.
So, because you're gonna put that, ready or how.
What I'm gonna do, that's, send you is that what your email address is?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna send you a link for the next workshop of how to be certified with one of our senior, certification. And then you come take that workshop.
My email.
Okay.
Space for you, or if you need.
Yeah, for sure.
But everybody's out there selling.
Well, this was not just, it wasn't a, it was general.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I
But it is,
stopped.
it is,
Yeah.
but, if you have your foundation, thank you, take care.
So the best way to get involved is just to come you guys and see what's happening. But where do you guys post stuff too? You said online?
In the city, it has everything public.
Okay.
So we have a website which is kind of updated, so we are building a new website, and once it is a new website,
You know, I'm doing private. I do a
Oh,
lot
I see, okay.
So, yeah, we're.
private, that's the private home. I go in and complete 3 miles.
Okay.
But, in order to, you can always attend some of the get certified.
Thank you.
You don't have to. So maybe you can try to know what is there.
First, before, okay.
Because I know the struggles for the small businesses, you don't want to spend $500.
Because you don't have.
Then you don't have.
You know, say if I just not a workshop,
You already.
what link?
What is your capability? Actually, so sometimes it's just too small for what they
So can I go on their website, find out when they next one?
But we also listen to partner out, so sometimes we, when there's a one that is really a small partner, or
Okay.
somebody.
All right, I look forward to
Together,
receiving the link.
To make it, to make it happen.
For the next certification workshop.
Okay.
However,
Do the, yeah, a little bit
I
of
will make
research about,
sure if you
our AE
go
certification.
online.
So yours, so your certification.
I'm gonna give you some.
All right.
And we have a relationship.
So do you accept, sort of, like, do you accept it?
No, what happens is that when you get
Give me 1
certified,
second.
you can apply for the city easier, so you don't have to, if the whole